5 bold predictions for the Los Angeles Lakers NBA offseason.
It was a disappointing conclusion to the season for the Los Angeles Lakers, losing in the first round of the NBA playoffs to the Phoenix Suns. Losing in the first round of the postseason was something that LeBron James experienced for the first time in his career this year. Injuries occurred at the worst time for the Lakers as James and Anthony Davis both endured ailments later in the season and into the playoffs. Luckily for them, they'll have a few months to get their bodies right for the 2021-2022 campaign. While James and Davis are busy getting in tip-top shape for next season, Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss are tasked with surrounding them with better talent. It goes without saying that the main priority should be to add more shooting to the roster. Finding a third scorer to go along with LeBron James and Anthony Davis would also be a positive development for Los Angeles. Ahead of an offseason where the Lakers hope to manufacture a championship roster, let's take a look at a handful of bold predictions that could come to fruition. Neither Andre Drummond nor Dennis Schroeder return. Before the 2020-2021 season, the Lakers were able to acquire Dennis Schroeder in a trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Schroeder was added in hopes he could become the third go-to option on the offensive end. Even though he performed well in the regular season, his performance in the playoffs could cause the Lakers to hesitate re-signing him. Especially if Schroeder is looking to get an expensive payday, which could happen if a lower-tier team shells out the money he's looking for. Along with Schroeder, Andre Drummond was a key addition for the Lakers, but he joined the team after the trade deadline via a buyout. Drummond immediately slotted in as the starting center in Los Angeles, creating a formidable duo alongside Davis in the front court. Despite the contributions that Schroeder and Drummond made, neither of them returned to the team next season as the Lakers look elsewhere to replace them. Horton Tucker signs elsewhere in free agency. Besides Dennis Schroeder and Andre Drummond, the Los Angeles Lakers have a few marquee free agents to keep an eye on this offseason. Alex Caruso is set to hit free agency, but Los Angeles will likely do everything they can to ensure he remains with the team. Horton Tucker is another popular name that could be available this summer. The Lakers can extend a qualifying offer to Horton Tucker, but it remains to be seen if he'd accept it instead of getting a raise in free agency. There have been some insane reports around Horton Tucker that a team would sign him to a max deal if they had the opportunity to. While his max offer sheet is not lofty, there still is unproven elements about what he has shown so far in his NBA career. While I don't believe he gets a max deal, he can definitely garner a decent contract somewhere that can pay him more than Los Angeles can. With the Lakers needing to be careful with how much money they spend, Horton Tucker signs elsewhere in free agency. Lakers acquire Miles Turner in a trade. If Andre Drummond walks in free agency, and Anthony Davis refuses to play the center position, then the Los Angeles Lakers need to find a new center this offseason. For Los Angeles, they would prefer a player that can protect the rim and stretch the floor, allowing their spacing to remain intact on offense. When Drummond was on the court, things could get clogged in the paint due to his inability to shoot the ball. Amid the Miles Turner trade rumors around the NBA, the Lakers have been listed as a potential landing spot for the two-way big man. Turner would be an ideal fit next to Davis due to his ability to knock down threes and send shots back from opposing players. Could you imagine a duo of Turner and Davis protecting the paint for the Lakers? Even though Los Angeles has a limited amount of assets, they're able to conduct a trade for Turner. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is traded. Pelinka was highly complimentary of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope when the Lakers originally signed him before the 2017-2018 season. Caldwell-Pope has been a main fixture on the team since, operating as a key role player in recent seasons. While he brings a lot to the table, his inconsistencies as a shooter and defender were brought to light this season. With the team needing to improve the shooting on the roster, Caldwell-Pope's future with the team could be in jeopardy. The Lakers have to realize they can't lean on Caldwell-Pope to be one of their go-to three-point shooters moving forward. And if Los Angeles wants someone via trade, Caldwell-Pope is one of the only players on the roster that could be included in a trade to help match the money that the Lakers would be taking in. Whether it be in a move for Turner or someone else, Caldwell Pope's tenure with Los Angeles comes to an end this summer. Kyle Kuzma gets traded in exchange for Buddy Hield. You can never have enough shooting in today's NBA, as teams want 5 guys on the floor at all times that are capable of making a three-point shot. For the Lakers, they were the 21st ranked team in three-point efficiency this season, showing that moves need to be made to improve in that area. Los Angeles can sign some veteran players in free agency that can aid them in the shooting department, but they could acquire someone who specializes in outside shots on the trade market. Kyle Kuzma's future is up in the air right now, despite the team giving him a 3-year extension last offseason. With Kuzma yet to show he can be a franchise cornerstone for the future, the Lakers could move him a trade that lands them Buddy Hield from the Sacramento Kings. Seeing that the Kings want De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton to see the floor more together, Hield could be pushed out this offseason. Being able to land Hield in a trade that involves Kuzma would be a home run move for Pelinka and Buss. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.